And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful Saturday, January the 28th at 10:26 in the morning. How are you doing? So, Dallas Cowboys, wee-hoo. Man, I was listening to this radio station. I'll tag them on this. And it was right after the Dallas Cowboys went against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it was such a weird thing because, the kicker, this guy Brett Maher, right? He's missing every single field goal. I watched the next game with Dallas when they go against, San Francisco or something like that. They get close to doing great, and then this guy, Dak Prescott, keeps on messing up. And then post-game, all I do is I hear on this radio station for the last 2 games in a row, all these people saying why Dak Prescott's got to go and how Brett Maher is basically awful. I got 2 points to say on that. Number one, okay, Brett Maher, I'm going to be honest. I'm thinking about quitting my job, okay, and becoming the Dallas Cowboys kicker. How does that sound? Because if I miss every single field goal, I'm as good as you. I feel like that's a valid point, okay? But there's a contrary. There's a however. Secondary, before getting there, Dak Prescott. A lot of people are talking about, what to do with Dak Prescott. This is completely ridiculous. It's one of the dumbest things to say. All the people are saying to get rid of this guy, yeah, maybe he's not doing good. Maybe he's not doing great. But even the kicker and the quarterback, both, were good enough to help that team get to the playoffs. Tom Brady, that's another one. They're like, is Tom Brady finished? I don't even watch football. I don't care. But it's crazy when I hear people talking about something that they don't even have the experience level to do themselves, right? They're talking about Tom Brady. Oh, he's lost it. Should he come back another season? He's still a quarterback that took his team to the playoffs. Doesn't it make sense that if he's good enough to get to the playoffs and beat all those other teams, and he's better than him, Dak Prescott, and even that guy that missed all those field goals, okay, are good enough to keep their jobs, because there's all the other teams in the NFL that didn't even get to as far as they did. How are you going to trash talk someone, that took you almost all the way to the top when all you're doing is just sitting back, doing nothing? Here's the contrary. Here's the but. But, however, right? I feel like a lot of those people that actually watch sports, which I don't, okay, got a good valid point in some aspects, because these are the people that watch from a perspective, coaches and players and everything, they watch and they study tape, they study film, right? But guess what? Your fans, there's a common consensus of the fans who are an expert in their own right. Okay? It's a twofer, right? Because in a lot of ways, they should just shut the hell up. They should just be quiet. However, they got a very valid point, because if they're so deep into them being a fan, maybe they don't have a place to talk, but maybe also what they're saying has some validity to it. And I think both are true, and that's the problem. I evaluated this for a while I was the second time after I listened on this radio station, all these people are like, Dak Prescott's got to go. Well, you know what? I feel like in some aspects, it comes down to the experience over the person who's not doing the job more than anything else. If there's a winner in the situation, the winner in this situation is going to be Brett Maher, okay, Dak Prescott, and Tom Brady. Okay? Because if you're talking about replacing a guy that didn't get to the playoffs, if you're talking about replacing a guy that didn't help him get to the playoffs, this guy Brett Maher, if you're talking about replacing a guy or getting rid of a guy who's the greatest quarterback of all time, okay? I mean, seriously, it's dumb as shit. It's dumb as shit. Like, you're just making no sense at this point. You're not talking about a team that didn't make it to the playoffs, that didn't do this, that didn't do that, that didn't do everything else. Tom Brady was essentially a nobody until he became a somebody. Okay? If you look at Tom, and I know that much because I know someone who loves football, and they told me all this information. I looked it up and it was true. If you looked up Tom Brady, his stats and his experience with prior teams before going to the Patriots, he was subpar at best. Nothing to brag about. But he was always the champion. He just got it. He had to have like the right mental drive, the right everything. Okay? And then everything came together. So, I don't even have an exact point, but if I did, it would be this. The people that are making all these comments, they have some weight to them. Okay? But when it comes to making ultimate changes, if these people are right, you ever been in a really bad relationship? Okay? And you leave that girl to find somebody better, and your next girl is 10 times worse? It could be exactly like that. How about be thankful for the people that get you so far ahead in life, and if you want to do better, remember, it's a team sport, man. It's a team sport. Why are you going to replace one guy? Everybody's talking about replacing Dak. It's the dumbest thing. Imagine you having 10 opportunities to have a good day. Now, the weighted average of passing, even in the school system, is a C, a 70%. I'm pretty sure D is even passing, but it's like, bro, like, what are you doing? If he missed a third or like a fourth, one out of 4 field goal kicks, all right, that's still a C average. That's a 75% for Brett Maher. You get what I'm saying? If every pass you threw, okay, there was a chance for interceptions and this and that and everything else, okay? And it happened twice. It happened 10 times. Every single time that these guys throw a ball, they know exactly what they're doing. But none of that matters if you don't take into account they're better than all the other options. Right? Who are you going to place them with? Somebody that didn't take them to that didn't get to the Super Bowl? Do you really think somebody who's a quarterback on a team that did go to the playoffs that did better than them is going to release their guy? No. Everybody wants to be number one, but nobody wants to train for it. It's dumb as shit. Right? So, mind your P's and Q's. Okay? You got these damn radio stations out there hyping people up and taking questions, taking comments. I get it, all right? But it's also kind of dumb. It's also kind of dumb to think that somebody should be replaced when they are the best of all time, or took you to the playoffs, or a kicker that took you to the playoffs. Maybe it just wasn't their night. And I tell you what, just like everyone was saying, Tiger and golf was done, he gave the biggest middle finger years later when he came back and won. And I guarantee you, it could take a mental shift of these guys saying, that's it. I'm done not winning. All I want to do is win now. It could take that loss into the 10th degree of a win, right? To make them more mentally motivated to conquer than ever before. And you're going to get this person all motivated and hyped up and then trade them? That would be the biggest FU for that kicker and Dak Prescott to go to another team and that team lead them to the Super Bowl. And everyone in Dallas would be like, why'd you get rid of him? You know what I mean? Like, you're not happy either way, man. You're full of shit. Just being honest. This is coming from a guy that doesn't watch sports. But it's the observation of what I hear on the back end. Anybody can make that comment. You gotta be without emotion to be able to see the craziness and everything that these people are saying. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We need a better quarterback. We need this. We need that. Who are you? We who? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about getting rid of Tom Brady, getting rid of this kicker, Brett Maher, Dak Prescott needs to be replaced. These are all people that actually got to playoffs. And you think you can do better? Who are you? We who? You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything with your life. I'm not saying your life, okay? But I'm saying in the football realm, who are you? We who? It's the dumbest thing. Please stop saying that, okay? You're going to replace them with what? Worse people? Or people that aren't going to get traded because they're better than them? Those are your options. Worse or not going to get them because they're better. We who? Who are you? Please stop saying that. Please stop saying we need this when you're talking about professional sports, because you're not on the team, bro. You're not on the team. That being mentioned, I hope everybody has a very frustrating, aggressive, angry day. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.